In the military, please render a hand salute. If not, please place your right hand over your heart.
We pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Two. Quite a few years ago now, playing golf, okay, and I have the opportunity to play with him on most Mondays, all right. And there's one thing that a lot of people don't realize about Bob, is that Bob, he may come across as this kind of quiet guy, but I gotta tell you, this man is a real badass, because he went through the most challenging and difficult training to become a Navy SEAL. You served from 70 to 74. You enlisted. Thank you. Now, being a Navy SEAL, I can't imagine what that was like, just the training alone. But do you have any experiences you would like to share with us today about your time as a SEAL?
Yes, I do, and it's in my 12-minute speech. You told me to make sure it's 10 minutes. But yeah, I'm going to cover some of that and talk about it. But thank you for the question.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, now?
No. He truly does have a speech.
Somebody, if you can't stand up for 12 minutes, find a seat, please.
That's my wife.
Your commanding officer.
That's right. All right, I just want to, as George pointed out, training was pretty difficult. And I want to just touch on training a little bit. So Bud's training is a 20-week training period broken up into 3 phases. Phase 1 is all physical. And it's 5 weeks long, with the last week being Hell Week. And when you went through training, there was a bell on the compound, and where we exercised every morning. And if a trainee had enough and wanted out, he would ring the bell. And it was within earshot of the barracks. And I'm telling you, for 5 weeks, that bell never stopped ringing. We had about 3 or 4 hours of sleep a night, and we were doing obstacle courses, and we were swimming. We were getting beat up by the trainers, and it was day in and day out for 5 weeks. The last week, they called it Hell Week because it was pretty much the same stuff, except there was no sleep. And at the very end of Hell Week, I remember just paddling the IBS. It's a rubber boat, and there was like seven of us in the boat. We're going through the surf zone, out of the surf zone, and I couldn't even think straight. And somehow I made it through those 5 weeks and got into phase 2. Phase 2 was you learned how to dive. I mean, you're in the Navy, you have to be a diver, right? So it remained physical. It was still physical every day. It was really physical. And but also you had to go through dive classes. You had to do dive tables, know how long you could be on the bottom before you had to decompress. And it also included mixed gas tables, which was a real problem. But some of the guys didn't make it. Oh, after Hell Week, by the way, after the first 5 weeks, we went from 122 trainees down to 40. Phase 2, we lost about 10 guys, only a couple of them because they couldn't do the classes, but most of them because of injuries. So what happened, you would do crazy stuff. You're jumping off a tower 30 feet into the sand. You had to know how to roll and take the punishment. Some guys sprained their ankles or broke their ankles, and so they had a choice. They could either leave or wait for a couple months until the next class was at that point, and then they could continue training. but they were out of the class I was in at that point. And the third phase was explosives and weapons training. It was physical and included explosive classes where you had to know the speed of the shock wave of each type of explosive and mathematically know how much you would need to take out an obstacle. For instance, C4 was at shot or anything, and then we had TNT and different kinds of explosives. And again, doing that was also part mental besides all the physical stuff. And another part of that was weapons training. I had a 9mm Smith & Wesson 38 revolver, an M16 that you know is an AR-15, and an M79 grenade launcher. The grenade launcher was a lot of fun. I was training with it on the island of San Clemente. If you know anything about the California coast, Santa Catalina is a resort island. Clemente is about 5 miles away from that. And it's owned by the government, and we blew up a lot of explosives there. But I'd be walking down the beach, and there'd be cliffs, and in the cliffs there'd be caves, and the instructor would say, okay, put it in that cave there, you know? And it was only like 300 yards maximum as far as the ground could go. So it was sort of like this. And I would put it right in the cave. It was really a lot of fun. And then on weapons training, they had us break down an M16 all the way down to the firing pin. I mean, everything was apart. And then put it back together again and make sure it worked. And the kicker was we had to do it blindfolded. So, yeah, you really knew your weapon after that. So after graduating, I was assigned to UDT 11. On the West Coast, you had UDT 11, UDT 12, and SEAL Team 1. And on the East Coast, it was SEAL Team 2, UDT 21, UDT 22. So in 1972, I deployed to a Westpac and went to the Philippines. And we did training missions off the submarine Grayback. The Grayback was the only diesel submarine in the 7th Fleet. It was retrofitted for us to do missions off of Vietnam. So we were training on that, and then it came to us that we were going to be part of Operation Thunderhead. So Operation Thunderhead was a highly classified mission to rescue U.S. POWs after they escaped from a Hanoi prison. It was the first combat use of the SDVs. The SDVs were swimmer delivery vehicles that we used off the submarine. Well, the mission was not successful for many reasons. And during the attempt to get 4 of our teammates back, 2 UDT, 2 SEALs, they were coming back by helicopter and jumping off where the Grayback was, which is basically, they were about 5 miles off the coast, 60 foot of water, and where they weren't supposed to be. And it was a night drop, and the helicopter, there's a rule, 20-20 rule, where 20 knots, 20 feet, that's the maximum you want to do, jumping off a helicopter into the water. Well, the helicopter was higher than 20 feet, and it was going faster than 20 knots. We lost Lieutenant Melvin S. Dry, the SEAL team officer in charge of the Operation Thunderhead. And one of my teammates in UDT was seriously injured, but he made it. So we were sitting in 60 foot of water, and we're still waiting. The plan was the prisoners who escaped the prison twice before were going to escape again. Commandeer a boat, go down the Red River, all the way down to the Tonkin Gulf, which is where we were in the submarine. And we're going to pick them up, bring them to the sub, and save them. So that was the plan. Evidently, the commandant of the prison caught wind of it and told the officer of the POWs that if you escape, we're going to kill everybody else. So they did not make the attempt. We didn't know it at the time. We were still down there waiting. So eventually, the mission was scrubbed, and we were on our way back to the Philippines. thought the adventure was over. It wasn't. On our way, we were on the Grayback. And the Grayback, like I said, is a diesel submarine. So they have a snorkel. They got to get air every 24 hours. They got to get air. Well, on our way back, we went right through Typhoon Aura. And they had 50 to 60 foot swells. And there's no way we could get that snorkel up and get air. So we had to ride it out on the surface. So we all got in our hammocks, which were basically just nets, tied ourselves in, and we're like this for like 8 hours. I have no problem with Carowinds. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so Lieutenant Dry was the last SEAL to die in combat during the Vietnam conflict. Due to the secret nature of the mission, Lieutenant Dry's family had to wait until the mid-1980s to have the designation of death changed from a training mission to a combat action. There's a book I had. There was a book written on this operation, and I got it. It's got all the detail in there. But essentially, there was part of that mission was so secret that intelligence didn't want to say that he died in combat. Oh, did I miss that? Oh, darn it! Another thing happened that was pretty exciting, if you want to call it that. When we were in the submarine and we were underwater, 60 feet of water and just a couple miles off the North Vietnam coast, we have ships that were on the line, 50 to 60 ships, and their job was basically a blockade, so no commerce could come in to North Vietnam. Also watch what's going on the coast. One of those ships picked us up on sonar. There was only one ship that knew we were on a mission there. The ship that picked us up on sonar was not that ship. They started shelling us with 5-inch rounds. And luckily, they did not hit us, or else even in 60 foot of water, we would have been toast. But after about 5 rounds of trying to take us out, the ship that did know we were on the mission got a hold of them and told them to stop. That was a good thing. Yeah, I think so. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so as George knows, I had all my stuff up in the lodge, and it was there for like 6 months. And I don't know if you didn't have a chance to see it and you want to see it, it's memorabilia stuff. I got it in my office right now, and you can take a walk in there and take a look at it. I also have some Civil War stuff from my great-grandfather and some World War stuff from my father. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so, and also that book is in there too, if you want to look at it. It's got a picture of the grayback steaming in the ocean. So let me just ask, are there any questions? Anybody got a question? You can talk to me later if you want. Okay, we also have cookies and cupcakes and beer.
Thank you, Richie.
And some water if anybody wants some. We got that too. So please just hang out, have a beer. Talk to me if you want, that'd be great. I'd love to talk to you. I thank you so much, very much for coming. Really appreciate it. Oh, this is my grandson, Steven. He's 10. His mom, Sandy, my daughter. Savannah. Casey, my younger daughter. My wife, Judy.
I'm over here.
My nephew and godson, Richie, over there. My son-in-law with Ohio State shirt on for some reason, Brandon. My son-in-law, Joe, with my granddaughter, Marley. Seventh grandchild. Okay. And Raylan's napping. So there you have it. So again, thank you so much for coming.
Kimmy's up here watching. He just gave you a nod.
Thank you, Bob. The Vietnam War, excuse me, commemoration. It's a veterans lapel pin. Presented to all living U.S. veterans who served on active duty in the United States Armed Forces at any time during the period of November 1st, 1955 to May 15th, 1975. Regardless of location, they are eligible to receive one lapel pin. The symbolism of what's on the pin is the eagle represents courage, honor, and dedicated service to our nation. As one of the most recognizable and notable American symbols, it's emblazoned on numerous military insignia. The blue circle, the color blue matches the cannon of the American flag and signifies vigilance, perseverance, and justice. The laurel wreath, a time-honored symbol representing honor and victory. The stripes behind the eagle represent the American flag. The stars, the 6 stars, represent the United States and the 5 allies who served, sacrificed, and fought alongside each other. The Commonwealth of Australia, the Kingdom of Thailand, New Zealand, the Republic of Korea, and the Republic of the Philippines. The message, a grateful nation, thanks and honor you, is embossed on the back, closest to the heart of the wearer. The official name of the commemoration is included to remind each veteran that this is a national initiative.
It's a privilege and an honor to be here today, and thank you for lending your things to the memorabilia cabinet. The community loves seeing those things. It's an honor and privilege to give you this civilian award, and thank you for your service and sacrifice. And the presentation is made extra special by the presence of your family, your friends, and neighbors, and you have quite a turnout. The Quilt of Valor Foundation's mission statement reads as follows: to cover service members and veterans touched by war with comforting and healing Quilts of Valor. The Quilts of Valor Foundation started in 2003. Catherine Roberts' son was deployed in Iraq, and Catherine had a dream. It was a very vivid, real-life dream. She saw a young man sitting on the side of his bed in the middle of the night, hunched over. The permeating feeling was utter despair. Then, as she could see his war demons clustered around and dragging him down into an emotional gutter. Then, as if viewing a movie, she saw him in the next scene, wrapped in a quilt. His whole demeanor changed from one of despair to one of hope and well-being. The quilt made a dramatic change. The message of her dream was quilts equal healing. So the model appeared simple: of a volunteer team who would donate their time and materials to make a quilt. One person would piece the top, another would quilt the 3 layers together. She saw the name of this special quilt as Quilt of Valor. And the first award was given to an injured serviceman at Walter Reed Hospital in November of 2003. And since that time, over 424,000 have been awarded to veterans and those serving in the U.S. and abroad. There are over 6,000 groups like us here in the United States. Quilts of Valor have traveled from the U.S. to war-stricken areas, been carried by medics in mobile hospital units, awarded on aircraft carriers and on foreign soil. But most of our Quilts of Valor are awarded in communities in ceremonies such as this. Here in Sun City, we've been doing Quilts of Valor since 2015. And the one that started it all is still on display in the memorabilia cabinet. Today, Bob, you become the 55th person to receive a Quilt of Valor in 2025. We have 6 more to do. And you are the 430th since we began. So I would like to read you the quote that Catherine Roberts, who, as you remember, was our founder, left for us when she resigned from her being executive director. And it goes as follows. Today's military has always been about having their buddies back. From those in the rear with the gear to the frontline service member, being touched by war can take many forms. Anyone who has taken the oath of enlistment and has accepted the burden and risk may be touched by war in ways that are not totally apparent. Whether in times of war or peace, we cannot know what they experienced and how it affected them. The point is not to discriminate, but to honor. So from the beginning, Catherine had some definite ideas about the excellence of the Quilts of Valor. The Quilt of Valor had to be made be a quality made quilt, either hand or machine pieced, have 3 layers, and had to be quilted together and not tied. To use the term, the Quilt of Valor, it must be made to a specific size and have a label and the required information on it. And on your quilt is your label with your name, today's date, the person who pieced it, and you're getting a quilt pieced by Mary Jans Crabtree there. And Rob's name is on there for quilting the 3 layers together. Okay. The front of the quilt has many pieces, and we like to think that that represents the many individuals we are here in this nation. The middle is the batting that provides the warmth that Catherine dreamed of, and the backing symbolizes the strength. And then they're all quilted together, and as I said, you're getting one from Mary Jans Crabtree. You're also going to be receiving the sleeve of embroidered stars on a field of blue. Can you see that, Savannah? Okay. There's a factory in Kingston, South Carolina, near Florence, that embroiders most of the stars that go on our American flags. And if they are not perfect on both sides, they cannot be used. So we get the orphans, and we make these. We make these, and Rob makes them, our ever-ready battery buddy. And lots of veterans choose to drape it over a chair because these quilts are made to be used, washed, and dried. We also here like to include what we call a signature block. Members of the community had opportunities to sign messages of thanks and gratitude. Some are signed, some are not, and some are in memory of others. And yours reads,
As 2 people wrote on this one. God bless you for your service, Bonnie from Illinois, and thank you for your service, Peyton from North Carolina.
They traveled from far. Okay. This quilt is not a gift. It's a civilian award of thanks and gratitude that were recorded with the Quilts of Valor Foundation. And it says unequivocally, thank you for your service, sacrifice, and valor in serving our nation. We're going to show you the quilt. Every quilt is different. Isn't that gorgeous? And we're going to have and they're going to wrap it around and tuck it in. And as they do, I say, Point, on behalf of the Carolina Lake Quilters, the Honoring Our Veterans Club, your family, friends, neighbors, and an entire nation, we say thank you for your service and welcome home. So I also have a certificate that comes from the Quilts of Valor Foundation, and it reads, Bob Hoyt, United States Navy, November 1st, 2025. The Quilts of Valor Foundation wishes to recognize you for your service to our nation. We consider it our privilege to do so. Though we may never know the extent of your sacrifice to protect and defend the United States of America, we award you this Quilt of Valor as an expression of gratitude from a grateful nation. It's signed from the Executive Director of the Quilt of Valor Foundation, Lexi Milliken, and myself, representing Carolina Lake Quilters. Do you have anything else you want to say?
Thank you.
In Fort Pierce, Florida, there's a UDT Seal Museum. Bob actually has a brick in there. You should go check it out. It's amazing stuff in there in Florida. Fort Pierce, right?
Okay, we're going to get some pictures. We're going to get all the family members that we can up here around Poppy.
As an ordinance officer, I understood all